Test 1, 2, test. Test. I don't seem to actually be streaming here, guys. Okay, I think we are streaming now. Sorry about that. I'm having issues with actually getting the stream. There we go. We're live. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. My streaming window isn't showing me the stuff that's going on. So hopefully people are actually getting this. And that is, if anyone's actually watching in chat, please let me know if you're getting this, because I'm not sure it's going out. Let me know if you're getting this, because I'm not sure it's going out. Okay. We are indeed live now, and I am back. So let us continue where we were. We just slept last time and we're exploring the map here, so let us continue on. Looks like we've reached the bottom. Let's get back in our party order. What I'll probably do is stream for about 2 hours. When I stream, take a break for a half hour or so, and then start streaming again for another 2 hours, and then probably call it a day, because I don't think my voice is going to last through multiple marathons. So let's go ahead and talk to the patrol leader here and see if we can... There you are, Two-Legged. What do you say now? You tried to make us drop our guard while your spies got inside the tomb. I did no such thing. Look at them. They're adolescents, silly youths who snuck into a creepy dungeon. And they did it before we made our agreement. Exactly. They were already on their way, and none of you knew about it. Neither you nor your subjects. The songs that rise inside me, written long ago by great shamans and warriors of the past. I hear their voices say that keep away, don't trust, be vigilant, and their songs were about you. Do you care about your tribe, Noman warriors? If so, then think. You are about to shed the blood of younglings. They are almost children. It's the same as declaring war. Apparently that didn't work. You lie and squirm, and now you threaten us. I've heard enough. To arms, brothers and sisters. Victory. Okie dokie here. Actually, let's go ahead and do this one. I didn't even see him there.
I declined to withdraw. I deserved better.
So, somewhere there's a cleric. I don't know where the cleric is. Maybe the one we're fighting right here.
Run them through.
Okay, so let's have you pop one of those off again. And I don't know where you're standing, but let's move you out of there. And let's have you do your searing light at him. I guess we won't be doing searing light at him. Okay, so that should have got everyone up to snuff. Let's go ahead and strip their bodies. It looks like we got a bunch of goodies. Let's see what the goodies are. Okay, so we got a +1 short spear, not great. A +2 heavy shield low, that is useful. So you're 28 and you're 27. So we're going to give you the +2 shield. +2 hide armor. +5 on perception and lore nature. Also grants the ability to cast True Strike 3 times a day as a swift action. Let's go ahead and give that to you. Okay, then that leaves us an amulet +1. Who doesn't have an amulet +1? You don't. Now you do. Another +1 ring. Who doesn't have a +1 ring? Well, we know the bear doesn't have one. He can't wear rings. Yep, bear can't wear rings. Though he does carry stuff. Okay. I think that takes care of that. What happened to the kids? Did they get killed by the... or did they cleverly run away? Hopefully they cleverly ran away. Petrified eggs, carved beads, some turquoise. Chest over here. Crystal key. Ooh, we need that. Petrified egg, decorated scabbard, sharp claw, and some gold coins. We need that crystal key. So I don't think our peace treaty is...
I was successful in my search.
I don't think our peace treaty is gonna be worth much. We were probably at war with these guys. Which we probably would be anyway. So that looks like that's the bottom of the screen. Okay, let's go this way. Oh, I completely forgot about my I took that ability to get the little extra curing, and I completely forgot about it.
Interesting.
Oh, gold, tooth, rusty horseshoe, and mage armor. More ruins. He's not immediately read to us. Captain Vaughn, or rather Baron Vaughn, I had a feeling that you'd appear here sooner or later. I've been looking forward to this moment. You can call me Pale Yarn. I am the leader of this honorable society of freedom-loving travelers. Ha ha. It's an amazing place, my barony. Even the bandits are surprisingly polite and well-spoken. A barony usually suits its ruler. I wouldn't be talking to any of these smug nobles from Brevoy or Patax, but the glory of Varnhold host precedes you, so I'm making an exception. I have a business proposal for you, information and my lad's swords in exchange for a share of the loot, and your lady law will turn a blind eye elsewhere for now. Just to get this straight, some person or creature fried your gang until they sizzled, and now you want our help to get the better of them. General, don't swallow him whole right away. Leave a few pieces for the rest of us. You have good eyes, General. I wonder if they see the potential benefits of such an arrangement, or if you can't see past my singed pride. I'll tell you the story. A while ago, a small group of locals were lucky enough to witness the spectacle of a lifetime, 2 dragons fighting above the wastelands. One of them appeared to be the legendary Ithulak. The old viper hasn't left his lair for a long time. Of course, she won the battle, and her opponent narrowly escaped, wounded it, struggled eastward, and somehow got over the tors of Lebanese, and finally ended up here. He's been sitting in the middle of a Cyclops ruins for a few days, and doesn't seem ready to leave. This is an urgent matter, Sir Vaughn. You have a bloody dragon in your barony, wounded, but still most deadly. He killed a few centaurs. We saw it with our own eyes. It won't be long before your villagers cross his path, and then there will be a bloodbath. My lads wouldn't stand a chance against the monster, though we're ready to fight if we must. You and your current party couldn't beat him either. But if we join forces, we might take down the beast, and share between us the treasures and artifacts he's taken from the ruins. I promise you afterwards we will leave your lands and do our work somewhere far, far away. We can't abandon our principles no matter what is at stake. No deals with the bandits. Captain Vaughn has spent most of his life fighting bandits and murderers. I wouldn't want Baron Vaughn to commence his rule of an ill-fated partnership with them. Forgive me, Sir Pale Yarn. In appreciation of your politeness, I suppose I shall grant your widow a pension, if you have one. Okay. Okay.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Looks like the only one that got damaged was the dwarf, and I think he mostly got damaged by my fireball. Oh, there was an alchemist among them. I hadn't noticed that. Ooh, 2 rings of protection and a belt. Okay. So let's get down to the magic items. So we got 2 +1 daggers. We got a belt of incredible dexterity. So that would give you a +6, but you couldn't get it with your armor. Why, if we give it to you, it will help you. So let's go ahead and give you the belt of incredible dexterity. Get you to a 19 armor class, which isn't horrible. Let's give you a ring. Now I think everyone has their ring of protection. Boots of creeping death. That is definitely something for our fearless leader. +1 chain shirt. Don't really have anyone who can wear that, but we'll keep it. Sort out of our equipment here. +2 hide armor. Let's go ahead. Oh no, we'll keep them for now. Okay. So now we need to do some curing.
Let us not hesitate.
Okay, that should do us for the moment. We probably want to find treasure and then go sleep. Ooh, another ring and dagger. I think that takes care of... Oh, we missed some treasure down here. A centaur bowman. We'll pick that up later. Let's continue this way exploring. Actually, let's get out of the ruins here and find a nice place to rest. This looks like a nice place. Okay, everyone should be healed all the way up. So let's head over this way. And we can find what's in this chest.
Well, that was easy.
Rice, butter, gold coins, whimsical berry, bloodstone, and coal. Nothing of great value. Summon monster. Speaking of which, we should make sure... Oops, we need to go to you. You already have that spell. We'll copy that spell. Copy that spell. You already have that spell. And you can't learn that spell. Okay. Do. Guess we're gonna go down here along the edge of this chasm. Money. A Cyclops.
Ask away.
I will see this through.
What is it?
Okay, you need to go berserk. Okay. You need to throw one of these. And you need to throw one of these. Oh, maybe you don't need to throw one of those. Oops, we saw something. What did we see? Oh, just a ferocious
This
ward.
should do it. Our victory is certain.
You need to go berserk. Oh, I don't think you can because you're still tired. Okay. Which side is our dwarf on? I don't see our dwarf. Oh well.
I stand ready.
Completely forgot about having these. Okay.
Well, that was easy.
Your lights, bark skins, and another amulet, which is another amulet of natural armor. So who doesn't have an amulet? You don't. Let's see. You have one. You don't have one. You need to have one. Okay. We need to take heavy armor feat for you and get you in the plate mail if you're going to be up there fighting. Okay. Where do we go next here? I guess here. Follow cam. Oops. Oh, these things are dangerous. So let's hold for the moment.
Please get to the point.
Have you throw yet another haste. Think. Have you throw another fireball. Have you throw a bless.
Enemy
What part of hold did you guys not understand? And I got most of my own party. Oh, there's another one. A venom core. Okay, so let's have you step back to here. Pause. And throw that on... You can throw on yourself. And let's have you throw one of these. And let's have you throw one of those. Okay. That was not... Oh, here's what I was looking for. So first thing, we need to repair this. And then I gotta try to remember what the sequence was. I know there was a sequence that you needed to do. but I don't remember off the top of my head what it was. So I know it starts with this one. And then I know it goes to this one. And after that, I don't remember. And random trial is not ideal, so give me just a second here. Let me see if I made a note. Yes, amazingly enough, I actually made notes. That is almost miraculous for me. Okay, so then we want to activate this crystal. And this crystal. Then this crystal. Then this crystal. Then this crystal. And then this crystal. And then this crystal. And that crystal. Yay! So we get the headband of mental perfection, which I think we actually want to give to him. Primarily because that raises his wisdom. And we should have also got a wand of heal, I believe. Staff, wand of heal. And we're going to give that to you. So you just made out crazy like this. So then we're going to go ahead and check our spells here, because he'll get an extra spell or two. Let's go ahead and give him another bless. Let's go ahead and do an aid, just to be different. And we have the same spells there. Okay. I don't think you, I think you're fine, because you didn't do anything weird. Okay. And then there's treasure over here. Okay. So let's go here.
Our time has come.
Okay, that gets everyone healed. And let's go ahead and quick save at this point, just in case. And more. Ooh, that's a primal. And we're out of our good buff spells. Let's hold. And pause.
At your service.
Let us not hesitate.
Ah, yet another obstacle.
A calculated risk. This is a mark.
Okay, let's have you
Falter.
do one of those, and you do one of those. I guess we don't have to do that. Cleric almost got killed, but other than that, we did pretty well. I don't think they hit anyone but the cleric. Yep, did not hit anyone but the cleric. Okay. Well, I think we're good there. And we didn't get anything off that. But there's treasure up here. Ooh, magic chainmail. It is +2 chainmail. Ah, I know who that's going to. You replace your +1 chainmail with +2 chainmail. Okay. We still need to play with a dragon who's down in here, I believe. So let us go ahead and check out the rest of the map up here. See if there's anything on this this cart. Nothing great. Okay, so let us once again rest. And this is right. Hopefully we don't get anything horrible. Yep. I mean, we rested right next to our village people. And no, not the performing group. Oh, and I just realized, hold on a minute. I just realized that I blocked, even though no one's leaving comments, I blocked my view of the comments in case someone did leave comments. So, okay, back. So let's head down here. I do like that they put the follow cam in. It does just make things nicer. Our fearless bear leading the way. I think this party is a much better party than the one I'm trying to play through in my Let's Play, so. Scroll of Aspect of the Falcon. I think that's a ranger spell. Is there a way to get there? That's what I thought. There's no actual way to get to this part. So I guess we will have to leave it blank. And this should be...
Over here. Have a look.
The dragon. Oh, it's a dead centaur. Oh, guests, please come closer. Don't fear. We can help each other. Greetings to you too, Sir Polite Dragon. What ill fate brings you to my domains? Please bear my bluntness, human, but for someone like me, your domains are just a word. I dash through the sky, cutting across domains of princelings and kinglet every moment, and over my lifetime your borders will change 200 times, and then 200 more. A valid point. Then please, bear my bluntness as well. Most rulers wouldn't want an unknown dragon in their domains, especially a blue one like you. Your kind is not known for its kindness. A polite way to say that we usually exterminate and rob your kin. I would be happy to spare you my presence, but I am unable. Do you see what has happened to my wing? Only my stubbornness got me over the mountains, but it won't take me any further. My wounds are painful. The acid continues to burn, and the magic stings and stings. Damn Illica is not above robbing and devouring another dragon. But I escaped, and I healed somewhat before she finds me again. And I'll be healed somewhat before she finds me again. All I need is an artifact from the stash here, hidden under these slabs. Bring me its wholesome magic, and I will pay you. Yes, and yes, I will take myself far from here. Whatever else he may be, he's a living creature and he's in trouble. It shouldn't be difficult to help him, and if he betrays us, well, we know what to do with traitors. I don't like the idea of doing battle with a dragon on a whim, but I don't stand for giving him a precious artifact. I'm in a generous mood, so I'll heed the general. Sir Polite Dragon, where is this artifact you require? You have it, O foolish creatures. You collected it from the charmed treasury. So will you give it to me? Oh, he wants the wand of heal. Is it worth giving it to the dragon? Fudge. Looks like I don't have a choice. Well, human, you expect a treacherous attack, do you not? And not only expecting that, but longing for it. Thus, you could boast of your generosity in helping a poor wounded creature while still making away with the loot. Fortunately for you, I do honor my arrangement, so I am leaving for now. Take your farewell. Take your reward, farewells. I knew that made sense somehow. So we lost the wand and we gained. Don't you feel vaguely unsatisfied? I do, a little sad. We could have fought a dragon, but didn't. It's time you got married, my friend. You can battle an angry dragon every evening if you wish. He doesn't need a wife for that. He has you. What would we do? What would we ever do without your jokes, General? As for potential marriage, I humbly hope it may resemble a loyal alliance and not a battle of monsters. So the future Lady Vaughn will put up with your escapades for years, offer a shoulder to lean on when there's trouble, and won't run off or bite your hand. Are you sure there's another woman like that in all of Galorian besides me? She does. It's Kadrendi. However, in her eyes, I'm an insolent greenhorn who hasn't even entered my 5th decade. The most I could expect from her is to adopt me. I'm afraid that rather narrows down the list of candidates for the role of Baroness Vaughn. I'm literally left with no choice. Fine, that's enough idle talk. Let's go. Okay, so what did we get? We got Bracers of Deflection, which give a +2 to armor class, and cast shield spell twice a day. So let's go ahead and increase your armor class a little. Pink. So that got you up to a 13 armor class. Woohoo! Cloak of the Lion, +3 resistance on all saves. If the wearer is lawful good, this cloak is increased to +5. If the wearer is a paladin, they gain the ability to spend one use of their smite evil to grant all allies in range immunity to fear. Oh, it'd be great if we had anyone who was good law or a paladin. So we're just going to give it to the Baron because it looks snazzy. And that counts for something, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and I think we're close to being... I think we're done with this map except for picking up some miscellaneous treasures here and there. So I bet that I wonder if the dragon would have given us a clue. Ooh, a sapphire ring. Bunch of gold and... ooh, a short sword. And we're overloaded. A keen short sword. So we know who that goes to. If we can find it. You're not a short sword. You're a short sword. So now you have a keen short sword in one hand and a normal short sword in the other. And we need to drop stuff. So these are £6 and really not worth much. So let's go ahead and drop these small shields. And the hide armor. Okay. That should get us out of the warning area. So we have a centaur brute. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. I don't know why I didn't just hit collect all. Okay, so we have up here to investigate. Okay, nothing thrilling there. That's our drop of stuff, so let's go over here. We missed something. Ah, right there. Do 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 do. Okay, we'll collect that junk. We've already collected that, so that just leaves us somebody over here. I'm not seeing any. Supposed to be a treasure right under us. Oh, there it is. That leaves us one down here by the exit. Let's leave those. We'll never be able to get back to get them, but they're just not worth the hassle of carrying.
It's a pity we had to fight the centaurs. They live in my land, so they're my subjects too.
They will never accept you as their ruler, nor will they live peacefully with humans in lands they deem their own. Do not pity them. They made the choice to reject civilization and continue living as animals. I believe we should set up a camp for the night.
I believe that is a good idea. And we run into somebody on the road. And we're under computer control. Okay, let's go ahead and have you throw this on that person, and then have you go ahead and throw that on that one, and let's have you throw that.
An expected outcome.
Baron Von, your grace, what fortune meeting you here. Until now, I'd met only unpleasant guests on my morning escapades. Greetings, and you are? Willis Gundersen, your grace, scientist, traveler, and researcher of antiquities, at your service. It's a pleasure to see that my barony attracts such educated people, and it's most regrettable they must face such difficulties. Where did that creature come from? I've no idea. I was enjoying this view and taking notes when an ill-mannered simpleton stepped into my light. I politely asked him to step aside and allow me to finish, but he wouldn't listen. And when I turned around, I knew he couldn't have, for zombies have as much reason as manners. So you're an antiquity specialist, Sir Gundersen. That bracelet you're wearing is certainly ancient, isn't it? You won't find a better specialist in ancient treasures on either side of the Tors of Lebanese. The knick-knack is my latest find. I found it on the river shore. It would seem that water washed it out of some ancient burial mound. No doubt it's very ancient and may have serious scientific value. I haven't dated it precisely yet. You must understand, such things take time, but I swear, Desna herself guides my hand. This is quite interesting. The barony doesn't yet boast of its scientific achievements, but I think we can find a specialist who would be able to determine the bracelet's origin. If this is a precious item, your efforts in finding it will be generously rewarded. Here, take this as an advance. Where did you say you found it? By the river. I'm only happy to help in my way. I can Baron Von. With your connections, we'll surely discover the origin of this find. And meanwhile, I may employ my time on something just as useful. Did you know that besides scientific articles, I also write fiction? And I cannot pass up the opportunity to write about the exploits of the Varnhold host and chronicle your first steps as a baron. You wouldn't mind, would you? So long as they don't ask me to sit for a portrait. I was born to a noble family, so my childhood was wasted on sitting with my mother and brothers for a train of grand portraits. I was only spared the torture after I covered my waistcoats in tar and lit my pretty feathered beret on fire. So long as you'll spare me such torments, Willis, I don't mind what you do. You would find some place to settle in Varnhold and get to work. I will send word when I receive news about the bracelet. As you wish, Your Grace. It was a pleasure dealing with you. That went well. Of course, the lad is lying through his teeth, but we got more from him than we might have hoped. Why did you invite Gundersen to the Varnhold anyway? Do we really need even more foolish treasure hunters in this backwater? My mercenary gut. 9 times out of 10, when my gut tells me to keep my eyes peeled, the situation is about to get bad. Of course, there's always the 10th time, and my gut is merely predicting a severe hangover. But I don't think that's the case this time. Maybe Gundersen really is just a charming chatterbox, and he ran into the dead Cyclops by accident, and maybe this bracelet is a simple piece of jewelry. But something in this story doesn't sit right. I suspect Gundersen lied about finding it by the river. He'd clearly been wandering for days through dungeons by the look of him. Ha! Didn't I tell you, Cephal? There's something wrong here. The bracelet is an ancient Cyclops relic. It doesn't take a specialist to see that. I agree. Perhaps we shall find a Cyclops treasure around the corner. This does not alter the fact our leader continues to leap at every shadow and makes a fool of himself for random passing strangers instead of focusing on important matters, such as engaging in the barony's politics. The lad finds an ancient Cyclops relic in a dungeon, runs out with a zombie Cyclops at his heels. I see no mystery in what happened here. A keen nose and an eagle eye. I hope that the dead Cyclops is the only thing that crawled out of wherever he stole this bracelet. What a story. We've hardly solved our problems with the centaurs, and we've already got a whole new riddle, and a personal chronicler along with it. We should look more closely at his paltry rhymes. Cephal, take the bracelet and see what you can make of it. Moria, keep an eye on our new friend. Visit him in Varnhold when you have the time. Maybe you'll manage to pry something else out of him. That's it. Let's move. Okay, let's quick save. And see if there's anything else around here. Oops. Whoops, skeletal warrior. Whoops, that's not what I want.
Dispatch those fools!
Well, let's throw another one of you. And let's have you throw that. And you can use your last... Oh no, you have more now. Uh-oh. There's something coming behind us, isn't there? Yes, yes indeed there is. You move here. You throw that. You. So this does 1d6 for every 2. This does 1d6 per level.
Left yourself open.
Okay, I guess that these things die easy. Nothing thrilling there. Javelin, silver spoon, and scroll of divine. Okay. Oh, we forgot to loot. Forgot to loot the Cyclops eyes. Oh, and we're overloaded, but I think we go back to town after this. Anything up here? Yep. Ooh, more camping supplies. Looks like we found something hidden, but that looks like that's it.
That is quite a discovery.
Potion of Feather Step. Okay, so now we need to drop some stuff because we're over our limit by quite a bit. It's a Masterwork Club. That's just a normal battle axe, so we'll drop that. We'll drop all these daggers, not that they weigh much. Do we get more? Let's drop this leather armor. Think that gets us under so we can leave the map. Oh, we have another encounter. So Sepal calls out to him. Okay, let's see if we can stealth. Ooh, we succeeded. Let's finish him with a finishing blow. Diamond dust, 90 experience. Well, that was actually a
I do not like
reasonable
that
amount of experience.
Gundersen, even if he is not a spy. And mind you, I still have my doubts. Vagabonds like him always bring trouble.
I can't keep all the vagabonds from breaking their necks in the ruins. At least if he finds something interesting, he'll bring it to us, not Brevoy.
So we'll go here, and apparently we don't get the rest. After a daring raid into the lands of the wild centaurs, Baron Vaughn and his companions returned home, and I, Willis Gundersen, had the honor of accompanying them. A time of peace had come at last. Varnhold greets one serene dawn after another, but in this dark land I dread to think of what awaits us.
I'm not sure if it's the right time for this conversation, but I just feel like chatting today. You know, while we were living like a gang of mercenaries, I never tried to make any plans for the future. Never even imagine a happy and proud picture. Myself in 10 years, who had made all his dreams come true. I considered it bad luck. I'm a little superstitious like that. And it's easier when you're not thinking about your future. It's not so scary to dash into risky situations. But I have this new title, and Varnhold. It's strange how it can change a person. I've started contemplating things I never used to think about before, and ask myself questions I never even used to ask. I see my warriors and companions in a new light, and you. I'm boring you, aren't I? Let's consider this a scouting mission. I'm sending out my patrols, trying to figure out if there's a chance that my vis-a-vis might decide to change her disposition towards me. To a closer one.
Scouts report back that the maneuver you were asking about is more than possible.
Not a single report has ever made me so happy. Wait. Who's that running after us?
One of the guards. I have a feeling some disaster just bound to happen.
Aha! I see you've included everything, just as I asked. Thank you, Kiadi.
Magar, what does this mean? Tell me, what am I to make of this?
I sent some much-needed aid to our neighbors in the Shrike Hills. They're our only possible allies in the coming carnage. Cephal, I know your opinion, but be realistic. The Aldori are not our friends. We can't count on them for help if something happens. We're expendable.
You will not preach realism to me, you naive boy. Yes, we are bargaining chips to them. That is exactly what I'm basing my politics on. A delicate contraption which you are smashing to bits. War will come to Brevoy, even you can see that. But as long as it hasn't yet begun, can scarcely do better than pretending to be the Eldori's most loyal vassals.
Cephal, you're not making sense. You say that an alliance with the Dori will end in bloodbath, and surely means we best to keep away from them.
And how are you going to manage that? Perhaps Varnhold will grow a pair of legs and we shall ride it to the other end of Avestan. Or maybe we'll erect sails across the barony and sail far, far away from Brevoy. No, you don't think it will work? And stop dreaming of isolating the country. We're already a part of this game, and we will not be able to leave it when the smoke clears from the final battlefield. Listen to me carefully, you three. Yes, Kiadi, this involves you too. Things are looking bad. First, the land here is fertile, but its most bountiful crop is Cyclopes' graves. Second, it shares a border with the Obaria, well known for its epidemics. Gods forbid the wind carries the next plague here. Settlers are reluctant to come here as it is. I can scarcely blame them. Do not become too attached to Varnhold. This is but a stepping stone. Our real prize lies to the west. But what does Varn do? He sends them gifts. Better to send them assassins. Without their baron, the Shrike Hills would descend into a struggle for power, and Silver Step in the Canelands would fall to us soon after.
Such villainy!
Do not interrupt your regent, Varn, or relieve me of the position this instant. Now, what is the most important thing here? The Aldori are afraid of unleashing war. They know that if they tried to separate from Brevoy without some kind of outside support, the Sotova would crush them. So, we must convince them that we are their most loyal allies. We will stoke the Aldori into an uprising. When the unrest picks up, we shall strike them in the back and make them fight on two fronts. While you, Your Grace, were drinking wine at the feast, I was busy acquiring a map of Nivatka's Crossing. Look at these fortifications. If we could seize this town, we'd win a significant piece of Brevik land along with it. After we've assisted the Sotova in hanging the Aldori on the gates, they will allow us to keep part of what we have seized as reward. Then we will have peace and prosperity.
Get out of my sight, Cephal. Get out! Never would the name of Magar Varn be tarred with such abominable villainy. It never happened while I was leader of a mercenary party, and won't happen now that I'm Baron.
Great Asmodeus, what did I do to deserve this punishment? Why do I deal with you at all? I should have taken my share and retired a long time ago. I'll be off somewhere soon enough. To Absalom or Cheliax. I shall read books on the porch and drink wine, while you do whatever you want. Burn the city down and get yourself killed. Come to me later. We need to talk.
I can't believe my ears. Must the history of our country begin with such villainy? Oh, Cephal. Cephal. Well. Let the old devil cool off. I'll talk to him later. Is that all, Kiadi?
No, not more paper.
I see. So, we've got a revolutionary from Galt on our hands. A tavern keeper writes us. She saw the revolutionary walking around, stirring up the people for an uprising. Well, you're the general. You go and deal with it. Talk to the tavern keeper. Find out where to look for this instigator. Well, far be it from me to teach you how to do your job. When you finish, report back to me. By the gods, what a worry. Uprisings, intrigues, these damn letters. That Gundersen and his bracelet. And the Baron has to see to all of that, and listen to everyone's complaints while he's at it. What a nuisance.
Oh, that Mager. I'm so angry with him. Why do I still bother? I should have left the party after that idiocy in Lostalov. Or at least after the debacle in Mivron. If I had any sense, I would never have gotten involved. You and Mager constantly argue about everything. How did you manage to bring the Varnhold to the victory despite discord? By a miracle, no less. Varn is a natural tactician, able to turn defeat into victory with a single maneuver. But strategy, long-term planning, politics, the words are meaningless to him. How many times has he won a war only to lose the peace? How many times has everything we paid for in blood somehow ended up in someone else's vault? Anyway, do not pretend you are a passive bystander to our arguments. Whenever we discuss, you always have an opinion, do you not? This is true, and I managed to convince Mager that you were right on more than one occasion. So, answer your own question. I would not succeed alone, but when our commander hears two voices of reason, sometimes he heeds them. You wanted to talk about something? Yes, the puffed-up fool Varn is destroying this barony faster than we can build it. An alliance with our western neighbor is madness, and now he's sending them gifts. He takes resources we work so hard to obtain, and which are so scarce around here, and gives them away freely to our principal adversary. You often back me in arguments. Mager respects your opinion. Perhaps together we can talk some sense into him. Maybe it really is better that I retire. Why should I stand watch as everything I have built these many years crumbles to ruin? I know not what to do with him or even how to talk to him. Tell me, what do you think of all this madness? Oh, good question. Which one do we want? You say that Mago is reckless, but in fact you're the one dragging us into a dangerous venture. You and Mago suffer from the same blissful illusion. You imagine that silly old Sephiroth is plotting some schemes while you long to live simply and honestly, just like when we were a mercenary army. Well, you can put that out of your mind. Those days are long gone. State policy is a world of intrigue, and you are in this world now whether you like it or not. From the day that Vaughn received his title, there would never be anything simple, clear, or honest in our lives again. What do you think about the barony's prospects? I am none too hopeful, at least not until Vaughn gets his head straight and starts learning to see things like a politician, not a brawler. The experience of our shared adventure does not reassure me. Need I remind you, we hunted the noose, the infamous witch? A cheap masquerade is no stratagem. 2 words he considered before launching into the action. Why not? In any case, it's difficult to ruin something that is fundamentally beneath criticism, by which I mean Mager's initial plan. Using a party leader as bait, risking havoc in case of death, it was completely insane, and it sums up Varn. He is capable of great insights and bright ideas, but he risks too much and has no sense of consequences. I cannot vouch for the fate of Varnhold if he does not rein himself in. I have to go. Yes, you and I are both busy people now. What a joke. To be advisors to a baron who is doing everything in his power to destroy his own state. To some degree, he's correct. To some degree. Nope. And off we go. So we'll run over and talk to the innkeeper, see what they have to say. Oh, and we need to sell junk too. We should probably do that first. Because I'm carrying way too much weight. And otherwise I'll forget. Besides, we probably need to buy some more equipment. Let's see here. Need the help of a priest. Why does the Father of Creation still tinker with us fools? Mark my words, someday his patience will end, and then all of us will be finished. Fine, you can buy any scrolls you need from me. I'll read it. Just don't imagine I'm going to run after you outside of the city when you go off on a march. You best take a cleric with you. I need some equipment. Show me what you have. Take your pick. Just don't imagine the general gets whatever she wants for free. Order is order. Let's sell the masterwork too. So that got us up to 15,000. Which is reasonable. What's that? Diamond dust? Ooh, diamond dust. That's useful. Okay, so we have +1 dagger, +1 dagger, +1 shock dagger. We'll sell the +1 daggers. We'll keep the +1 shock. Short spear we don't need. +1 short sword we don't need. +1 heavy shield we don't need. +1 chainmail we don't need. +1 chain shirt we don't need. +2 hide armor. And we don't need that. We don't need the +1 ring, and we don't need the +1 ring. Okay. So what do we need here? So we got plenty of rings of protection. Oh, we got belts. So let's get a belt of giant strength for our dwarf. And let's get another one for our cleric. So we've got Headband of Alluring Charisma, Headband of Inspired Wisdom, Headband of Vast Intelligence, Heart of Era, okay, we bought 5 of those, and let's buy 2 of those. I think that will do for the moment. Let's see. Okay, so I already have the Belt of Incredible Dexterity. And you we don't care about at the moment. And you we don't care about at the moment. So we're going to give you more strength. And we're going to give you more strength. And we're going to give everyone cloaks. You already have a cloak. Okay, so you have armor class, you have armor class, you have armor class. You do not. We're giving you armor class. And we'll give you armor class. Okay, that should take care of equipment items. We have 3,740 left. Actually, a headband of charisma would be nice. Let's see if we can sell enough stuff to get the headband. So if we sell the shock dagger, that gives us enough. Okay. So the headband of alluring charisma. Okay. So that should give me a little bit more spells and a little bigger plus. Okay. Now we can go. Peasant. So we have a peasant, a peasant. Get some supplies. The zombie jester. Willis Gundersen. Let's talk to the zombie jester. So long as my song is not getting old, I'll sing of the fool, humble but bold. You there, general, a coin for the minstrel. Who are you? A rascious rascal of no small fame, the zombie jester is my name. Ha ha ha. What are you singing about? Of horrors and miracles, of demons and dead. I'll sing you to sleep and will wet your bed. Here in the stolen lands there are horrors everywhere, enough for a new song every day. I've been to the Shrikeers and returned with a dozen new songs, songs of the insane stag lord, of evil fray pranks and trollish feasts, werewolves and lake dragons and spider dances, and now I'm here to write one about cyclopses. Now I'm writing a new song. It's about an inn where today's travelers are fed meat carved from yesterday's travelers. Ha ha, by the way, it's not just a tale, it's the truth. I've been there, tasted their human meat pies, and barely escaped with my skin. Where did you find an inn like this? At Blackstone's Ford. If you don't believe me, go there yourself and look what they have in the pots. You don't look like a zombie. For now it seems I'm still alive, but Clayton only knows what will happen tomorrow. I was given this name for my songs. Other bards sing of heroes and romance flowers and such rot. My songs are far more interesting. Here you are. Thank you, Your Highness. I swear I'll spend it all in here, and it's enough to last a year. Okay, I have to go. Good riddance, and don't let the skeleton cyclops bite your heels. Okay. I will have to report what you say. And now we need to talk to you. I have a report that a troublemaker from Galt was seen here. Yes, that scumbag. We've seen a lot of her. She wandered in here talking about tyranny and justice, when really she was just looking for something to steal. She came in with a small group. I think they were from a farm that's near the town. They sat here for a long time, saying things that made me sick to hear. First they were talking about Ingrash the sorcerer, saying he was a bloodsucker, tricking the simple people. Then they talked about how to get into the armory to get some weapons. They decided they couldn't manage too many guards, but they then remembered there would be pitchforks and scythes in that barn. In the end, they started talking to people, trying to stir them up for a riot, but nobody would listen. I showed them to the door and sent word to the treasurer right away. I don't know where they went. I think they said something about fishermen on the river. Do something with her, for Dresna Snake. Kick her so hard that she rolls back to Galt. Otherwise, she'll wind up some fools, and they'll burn down the whole town. We'll talk to the people, but you best go find out where she is and what she's doing. I have to go. Come back any time. I'll save you a bottle of something worthy of a general. Okay, let us continue. So let us head to the barn. This is what looks like a barn. Guard, guard, peasant, 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 guard, dead guard. Guard has been knocked senseless, but she's all right. Oh, at least she's not dead. Okay, and they said something about fishermen. Fishermen live up here. We know that because we talked to some of them. I don't remember this being there before. Down... Wow, they don't know how to spell. Down with the tyrant. Duan with the Tywin. Up the revolution. Revolution. I don't know what that is. Looks like maybe a possum? We will win. Okay, it looks like we need to go back and talk to the innkeeper, see if they've got any clues. General, welcome. What will you have? Apparently, I missed something. So we finished that one. Oh, we need to talk to the sorcerer. Who's usually over here by this chair. There he is. He looks drunk. I'm looking for a troublemaker. Have you seen who's been stirring the people to riot? Have you seen her? I saw her. Yes, I did. She picked up my pockets clean, but it's all right. A pocket is not a belly. If they cut it, you can stitch it up and still fill it again. But the things she stole won't be good for her. No, they won't. She's invited trouble upon herself, silly girl. I have to go. Go, wherever you want, but you can't get away from your fate. No. Okay, now I go talk to the... Welcome. What will you have? I looked around but haven't found the troublemaker yet. Do you have any news? She never appeared in the tavern again, but people are saying... You hear voices clanking iron. It looks like you don't have to go looking for her after all. Come on, General. Let's give it to these scoundrels. Down with tyranny. We will not be treated like cattle. You can't enslave us. Calm down now. Here's Moria, the general of His Grace Vaughn. I'm sure she will deal with your problem so we can go home peacefully. What's going on here? I am Leonata Mishu of the Revolutionary Crimson Swans of Gault. We have freed our own home from tyranny, and I will not stand by as you new feudal lord tramples the freedom of these people under his boots. Kings, barons, earls, ordinary people are like cattle to the nobility. We will not allow this new state to become yet another prison for the people who groan under the yoke of tyranny. We demand that Magnar Vaughn relinquish his power and proclaim these lands a people's republic and gather a constituent assembly. What is that on your belt? Why does it look like a wand of invisibility? What do you need that for? What wand? We're talking about cows and going on about a wand. It's a she, please. She's trying to distract us. Citizens, don't listen to this tyrant's henchmen. Don't give up. Fight for your rights. Don't you see? So long as the sovereign rules over you, no one will care about your suffering. Your cows, your fields, your homes, all of this is risk until you become your own masters. Down with the Baron. The time of the people has come. The Baron is not your enemy, and we don't need to stoop to violence. I will personally see that your troubles get taken care of. Aren't your hearts? Keep quiet. You had your say. Folks, tie her up. Forgive us. We didn't mean any harm. This damn troublemaker played us for fools. Throw the snake in prison and, well, you know, we'll just go home. But come to think of it, please send us a doctor or a healing scroll. Our cows keep getting ill, and the Baron doesn't help or even reply. If it weren't for the cows, we wouldn't have caused any trouble. All right, go along. Well, you know, we'll go too, all right? We have some silly things written on our walls. We'll wash them off right away. Okay. Ooh, I went up a level. Yay. Level. So we get another bloodline feat and vampiric touch. So we will keep raising our arcana and our persuasion. Next. So we want precise shot so we don't get the -4 anymore. And we get a bloodline feat. So we can get spell focus, die hard, greater fortitude, iron will, or skill focused lore. Let's go with spell focus. And let's do evocation. Okay, we get a first level spell. We will take Hurricane Bow. Second level spell. We will take we should take something different. We already have Burning Arc. Go ahead and take Bone Shaker, and for our third level spell, we're going to take Haste. And next, and complete. So we might as well quickly level up our other people here. Wizard. Next. And next. Oops, we have more points to spend. Now next. Let's give him combat casting. We never took that. I think that's what we want to take. Though we could take elemental focus. Now let's go with combat casting. And we get 4th level spells, yay! So we'll take Monster Summoning 4. We could take 2 monster summonings. Now let's take an Ice Storm. And our Fearless Baron. Let's take one in World just so we can get a little bit more worldly. We'll take Piranha Strike. And our fearless cleric here. And we were going to take armor proficiency heavy, weren't we? Yeah. Now we can wear plate. Of course, we spent all our money, so we won't be able to buy plate for him, but... Our fearless barbarian. And as I said before, I'm basically keeping them in single classes just because I tend to prefer to do that. I do sometimes build multi-class. I don't tend to build the mutts where you take a level from this and a level from that and to get all these abilities to min-max. Let's see. We take cleave. Extra rage power. Let's go ahead and take cleave. And our fearless dwarf here. And he'll take his athletics, his world knowledge. Next. So cleaving finish. Let's go ahead and take cleaving finish. Don't think there's anything else here. The other option is we could take shield focus and increase our armor class. Let's do that. Let's take shield focus and increase our armor class. Gets him up to an armor class of 30. Okay, so now we need to go talk to the Baron. Oh, I'm leery of birds from the other game. So, did you handle those troublemakers on top of everything else? An uprising is just what we need. I have handled the troublemakers. People have calmed down and the rabble rousers is in fritters. Brilliant! I expected nothing less. I'll draw up an order right away to help with them with the cows. Of course, we won't go so far as to execute her, but keeping her in prison doesn't make any sense either. Let's take her to the border and give her the boot. Let her slink back to Galt or whatever else she wants. But if she sets foot in our lands again, she'll have only herself to blame, though after learning about her tricks, no one else will trust her. Something else has come up. We need to discuss the new trainees. Recruitment needs to be... What's that noise? Who's making trouble? Your Grace, your hour's come. That might not quite sound right. I mean, it's your time to shine, to show off a bit even. Your subjects require your protection. Will you refuse the pitiful creatures a heroic feat? You're the pitiful creature? Now stop fussing and I'll be quiet. I'll explain everything myself. Your Grace, my name is Chavastalava. I'm from the village of Old Stump. We've lived there a long time and always minded our own business. But since you started to rule here, we've become, as it turns out, your subjects. Well, we paid our taxes on time, brought you grain and meat, but now woe has come upon us. So it's your turn to prove that you're good for more than collecting taxes. I'll honor my duties to my subjects. What has happened? Do you remember, Your Grace, the unforgettable day of our first acquaintance when we met those terrible but in a way quite amazing creatures? Well, why do you keep butting in, you rattlebox? You keep quiet. I'm not dumb. I can talk. So, Your Grace, woe has come upon us. Dead cyclopses have risen from their graves and are now moving slowly towards our village. If you don't help us, they'll gobble us all up in no time. Sounds like a job for a general. Shall I deal with this myself? Not alone. I will go with you. I'll lead a party personally. Moria, choose the best of the Varnhold host. We march at once. The others will remain here ready for battle in case these cyclops come here too. Zombie cyclopses. I'd say it's unheard of, but as this young man pointed out, we've already met them once, and means we might meet them again. If we're to protect this barony, we'll need to find out more about them. I will go with you. We must try to discover where they came from and what we can do to stop them. Thank you, Your Grace. There's another problem, though. Those zombie clopses, they have power to control a person's mind. When the monsters came, some of our people became insane. They began to worship them. You must do something about these lunatics or they'll kill us all themselves. Thank you for your warning. We'll do whatever it takes to help your village. Moria, Sephra, are you ready? I need to prepare. Don't take long. I have heard that the owners of a tavern at Black Sword's Ford are murdering their guests. Though the source of information was highly unreliable, a passing bard who reeked of alcohol. We didn't clear monsters out of the land just so scoundrels could settle here. Let's check the bard's story the next time we pass the place. After the quarrel with Sepal, you mentioned some letters that gave you a headache. You mind if I ask what they're about? I received a letter with some frets. You do know how letters with frets make me laugh. Ha ha ha. As if this whole government headache wasn't enough, now there's another contender from Brewery scheme for their own piece of pie. I wonder why he dislikes the alliance between Varnhold and the barony of Shrike Hills. Here, read it, if you like. I have to go. Things to do. I'm not certain of the author, but I can make a guess. A few years ago, the mother of this little rat hired us to find him, remember? From the moment we met him, I wanted to tie him to a tree in the forest and leave overnight, just to teach him a lesson. If he wasn't heir to one of the greatest houses of Brewery, I would have done just that. Maybe something good will come of this little rat. I have to go. Things to do. So long, my friend. Come back soon, either on business or just to chat over a cup of wine. So let us read the letter. There it is. I am writing this to you as your ally and well-wisher. The reason for my letter is the lack of foresight in your actions. You are trying so hard to become friends with the ruler of the Shrike Hills barony. You invite your neighbors to pay you a visit, and you even send rich gifts. Have you nothing more to do in your lands? I strongly recommend you to stop flirting with this upstart person and turn your gaze to the affairs of the day. You are trying to cross the paths of powerful forces that can reach you even in your own castle. You should know your place. With wishes of good health and calm sleep, your friend. And on that note, I think that we will call it a day. So let me know what you guys think of the live streams, if you enjoyed them, if you didn't like them, what the story is. But if people like them, I'll do more of them. So as always, this is Spidey 1958, and have fun gaming.